Hi everyone and welcome to Dr. Jankila's lectures. Today's lecture is about hazard ratio. Hazard ratio becomes an important component when analyzing statistical data in a study. So let's learn more about hazard ratio. So hazard ratio is basically used in survival analysis. So is used in survival analysis. And what does this mean? So what do I mean by survival analysis? What I mean basically is progression of a disease or another way to think about survival analysis would be analysis of death. So from here, the hazard ratio is basically calculated through, so the way we calculate hazard ratio, so I'm just going to refer to hazard ratio as HR. So the way hazard ratio is calculated is basically through hazard rate. And what hazard rate describe is basically describe the unwanted event in a short period of time. That's what the hazard rate describes. So to calculate the hazard ratio, we need to calculate the rate in the treatment group, the hazard rate in the treatment group, dividing that over the hazard rate in the control group. So basically, hazard ratio, the formula for hazard ratio is hazard rate in treatment group over the hazard rate in control group. So to calculate the rate, what do we need to do from here? So to calculate the rate for the treatment and the control group, what we need to do is basically, let's take a quick example. So just to better understand what I'm talking about regarding the rate. So let's say we have a group of people and there are, let's say in the treatment group, so treatment group, we have 100 individuals. 100 individual. And then the control group, we have another 100 individual. So in the treatment group, these people have received medication. So these people received medication, let's call this medication A. And in the control group, these people received nothing. That's why it's a control. So they did not receive anything. So nothing. So the reason why we gave medication to these people, trying to see if the medication A, it's going to help with their issues, the medical illness they're having. And after doing the analysis, after given this medication, and let's say we waited like 30 days, and then after that we noticed that the number of deaths in this group were actually, let's say 10 people died, right? 10 people out of 100 after taking medication A died. And then in the group, control group, we had, these people did not receive any medication, so they did not receive any medication A. And what happened in this group, basically we had 50 people die because these people received the medication, so basically it helped with their issues. So only 10 people died. So this is number of death, and they were 10, and here number of death were 50. So to calculate the rate, the hazard rate, what we need to do is basically take the 10 and divide it over 100. So for the treatment group, what we need to do in this case, so in this case over here, to calculate the hazard rate, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take 10 over 100, and basically 0 is 0, 1 over 10 is 0.1. So this is the rate in the treatment group. Now let's calculate the hazard rate in the control group. So I have 50 individuals over here who died because they did not receive any medication, like in comparison to treatment group. So what we're gonna do to calculate the hazard rate, in the control group, it's gonna equal 50 divided over 100. So 0 goes with 0, 5 over 10, it's gonna be 0.5. So this is the hazard rate in the control group. And this is the hazard rate in the treatment group. And that's how we calculate the hazard rate. After calculating the hazard rate, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the hazard rate in the treatment group, dividing over the hazard rate in the control group, and that's how we find the hazard ratio. So there are 3 conclusions after completing this step. Conclusion number 1 is basically hazard ratio is equal to 1. And what this means basically, it means that the treatment group and the control group had the same rate of the event. So if the event was death, then the number of people who died in the treatment group is equal to the number of people who died in the control group. This is why we have number 1, because we're comparing this group to that, and we have the same rate over here. So the rate, let's say in this example we took, it was 10, so 0.1 in the hazard rate for the treatment group, and in this case for the control it's going to be 0.1. So 0.1 over 0.1 is equal to 1. Therefore, from this we can conclude that this rate, so from here hazard ratio is equal to 1. This means that the treatment did not affect the rate to the event. Between the 2 groups. So what this means basically, when this group, treatment group, took their medication, it didn't really have any effect in terms of the number of people who died from it. So we had the same equal number of people who died in the treatment group and in the control group when hazard ratio is equal to 1. So it did not affect the rate of death, rate to the event, which is in this case, in the example that I gave, was death, between the 2 groups. So this is the first conclusion. So this is number one. Number two, if hazard ratio is larger than 1. So if hazard ratio is larger than 1, what this means is that basically the treatment group, it's larger than 1 because we had more people in the treatment group comparison to the control group. So what this means over here, if it's over 1, therefore the treatment actually led to higher number of death in comparison to the control group. So this means that there is higher rate to the event in the treatment group versus control group. And the third conclusion is basically if hazard ratio is less than 1. So it would be less than 1, and this example would literally apply in this case. The reason why it would apply, it's because 0.1 is smaller than 0.5, which means that we had, because these people, treatment group, took the medication A, we had less number of people died. So we have number of people, the number of death 10 in comparison to 50 over here. So 10 is less than 50. Therefore, hazard ratio is less than 1 because we had less people in the treatment group in comparison to the control group. So what this means in this case, so this means that there is lower rate in the treatment group versus control group. And from here we can basically conclude that the medication we gave the treatment group did actually a good job because it decreased the number of deaths in this case in comparison to the control group, which did not receive anything. So let's take an example to better understand hazard ratio. So in this example over here, we're asking what is the hazard ratio in this question. So what do we have? We have Keytruda, which is a medication, an immune therapy medication that is given to people who have cancer. And we have a control group over here. So group who have received Keytruda, which we have N of 2,000, so number of people 2,000, control group 2,150. And what we have is people who took this medication, the event here is death. So this is the event. So out of the 2,000 who took Keytruda, 150 died. And in the control who did not receive anything, so both group had cancer and this group received Keytruda, this group did not receive anything. And we had 2,150 in this group and then 322 in this group died. So we can see just by looking at this table that there are more people here who have died of cancer in comparison to those who took this medication. So what we need to do to calculate the hazard ratio is first of all calculate the rate in each group. So hazard rate, so this is in the Keytruda, so I'm gonna refer this as Keytruda. So it's going to be the number of people who died, which is 150 over 2,000. And the answer, if you were to plug this in the calculator, you're going to end up with 0.075. Now, I need to calculate the hazard rate in the control group. So, hazard rate, and this is in parentheses, control, equal 322 individual over 2,150. So from here, I can see that if you were to plug this in the calculator, you're going to end up with 0.15. So now that I have the rate in the treatment group and in the control group, now I need to find the hazard ratio. So hazard ratio equal 0.075 over 0.15. So now that I have this, so dividing 0.075 over 0.15, it's going to be 0.5. So we know the hazard ratio is 0.5. So what does this tell us? So what this means basically is there are half as many deaths in the treatment group versus in the control group. And this would be the conclusion for this hazard ratio example. So this is it for this lecture. If you have any question or comment, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching.